Hello and welcome to Sarcastic Videos. Today we're going to talk about something interesting that happened this week, and that is the women-only screening of Wonder Woman that was done with the Alamo Drafthouse in Austin. This was actually, I thought, a great idea. You can see here they posted about it. They wanted to celebrate that there was a good superheroine movie coming out, and they wanted to celebrate with an all-female screening. They did apologize right from the beginning to the men and said, no guys allowed. We want a women-only screening. So nothing wrong with that, but there's been a lot of men who are saying things like this is discrimination and you can sue, and apparently there is a lawsuit coming out about this guy here with the Civil Rights Act comment and things like that, which don't make a lot of sense to me, because why not? I mean, especially when you talk about civil rights and you talk about things like when you talk about gender equality, civil rights do come into play, because this is the list of countries and when women can vote, and you can see so many of them up until 100 years ago. So many of them couldn't vote, especially the U.S., which women couldn't vote until 1920. And there's a lot of them, until around that same time, women couldn't vote. So men are all bent out of shape about a movie screening one night, but it's okay for stuff like this to happen. Things like these. This is a list from Wikipedia of all the men's only clubs. They're still around in the States, and there are a ton of them. Some of these are closed down, but a lot of them are still open, and they restrict access to men only. And there'll be a link to this in the description if you want to see for yourself, but there are a ton of them. So for him to get banned at it over one, or actually I think it's two screenings now, it's so ridiculous. It's not all men, obviously, it's just some, but they are so bent out of shape and ridiculous, and when they speak loudly, it sounds like it's men speaking. But it's not. It's a couple of whiny men speaking. Very few, hopefully, by the time this is done, but it's ridiculous. I mean, you see comments like this in Twitter, and the Drafthouse actually had some funny replies. I love this one, where the question was, have you ever hosted a men's only showing of a film? And the response was, we've never done showings where you had to be a man to get in, but we did show the Entourage movie a few years ago. And which obviously that would be kind of a men's only type movie. And they put a link in there to Facebook for the Entourage movie and things like that. And some guy was talking about how, you should have like a clowns only movie doing, and things like, it's just ridiculous. The guy suggesting guys go and identify as female, and the Drafthouse did have a way of responding with humor and not too insulting, but still, they didn't back down, which is great. They shouldn't, because these men are ridiculous. They really are. And I can say, when I first heard the news, I was like, oh, that, I don't like being excluded from things. But still, you have the choice. You can go other places. Having a women's only screening is not the end of the world. It's not going to hurt anybody. For men to get bent out of shape out of it, it's just, it's out of fear. Anytime somebody gets to do something that you don't get to do, there's a fear. And that's what's happening. These men are afraid of not being able to do things, not having choices, not having power. But it's ridiculous. It is silly, and it's cowardly. And I hope these guys get a grip on themselves and stop being so ridiculous. Like, I heard there was a lawsuit, and it's stupid, and it's childish, and go watch the movie somewhere else. Let women have something. Let them win this one. It's silly to argue about something, just one little, tiny little thing that women want for just themselves. And it makes no sense to just keep pushing back against it when the only thing you would win out of this is the ability to go see a movie. Like, come on. That's the dumbest thing to get in a fight over. It's the dumbest thing to get upset about. And it's childish, and it's cowardly to be afraid to not be able to see a movie. Oh my God, your power is being taken away. Oh no. Like, it's just childish. And actually, one of the responses here on a different site is the mayor. This one guy, instead of complaining to the theater, he complained to the mayor. And the mayor's response was great. Like, first of all, he started out warning the guy that his email has been attacked. They're hacked. And obviously that had to be it. Like, he's being really super sarcastic, but it's funny. Because he's trying to warn the guy that he needs to fix his email because whoever's sending emails from his account is giving him a bad name, which is a funny way of putting it. And then he goes down here to talk about the exclusions of women and how there's no women deserve a lot more respect than to get all upset about one or even two screenings of a movie. Like, it just doesn't make sense to get that upset about something so small. And the mayor did a great job of hopefully shutting down that kind of talk. And yeah, he even calls it an abysmal email. And it's great. Like, it is, I hope, showing some unity in that town, and hopefully everyone gets behind it and supports it, and it's not something that fails or has issues, and that lawsuit goes away, because it is ridiculous that men would actually whine and cry over not being able to see a movie, especially men who don't even live in that city and are just crying about it for no reason. Because next thing you know, what are they going to do? They're going to show up at every women's only club? Are there that many? Some girl puts a no boys allowed sign on her treehouse, and these guys are going to start suing. Like, it's ridiculous, it's stupid, and the men who are responding to this way are childish cowards. And I hope that the lawmakers, even press ignores them, because that's what they deserve. They deserve to be ignored, and the women deserve to have their own screening if that's what they want, of a hopefully powerful and entertaining superhero. So that's all I wanted to say. I know that was kind of a rant or whatever, but it was interesting news, and I wanted to talk about it. And I'm glad this mayor defended the screening and is behind it, and I hope everyone, or the majority of people, are. And it's just a few whiny little men who are the ones that are speaking out, and it's not everybody. And hopefully women understand that too, that it is everybody who feels this way. It's not every man who feels this way about that screening. Just go ahead and you watch your movie and you celebrate it the way you want. So if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, or all of the above. Thank you, and have a nice day.